Good morning, Sea Changers. Welcome to another episode of Sea Change Cinema. It's really great to have you here. I don't know about you, but I really enjoy navigating the stormy seas of running my own business with you. It's a lonely old business, so it's great to have a network of fantastic women like you to share in the highs and the lows and the stormy seas. So welcome. How has your week been? I hope that you've had some moments of calm in amongst the madness, and I know that there's been madness because that's business. So this week I wanted to focus on your attitude. And it's not just your attitude, it's my attitude too, and the attitude of quite a lot of women that I work with. Basically, our attitude is getting in the way of us doing our best work, getting out there and promoting ourselves, selling ourselves online, standing up and proudly saying, this is what I do it really well, you need it because. So I wanted to just delve in a little bit further into attitude so that we can maybe just see if there's any tweaks that we can make to get over that block and into a whole new version of stories we tell ourselves. So attitude is very closely linked with your inner critic, that voice in your head that's always telling you that you're not good enough or that what you're saying is embarrassing or, people are going to judge you. Now, I am talking from experience, okay? I hate doing this kind of stuff, or I did at the beginning. I love it now, actually. I really found it very embarrassing to go online and talk about what I did because I was completely immersed in imposter syndrome. I was told by my mentor that the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And that is so true. I am now literally everywhere on social media, taking selfies of myself. If you know me in the real world, you know that that's just not my bag at all. Also, I'm a stubborn little mule and I don't like doing things that I don't want to do. I don't like being told what to do or when to do it or how to feel about it. Unfortunately, this is the nature of the beast. We have to do things that are outside our comfort zone. So if that sounds like you, what can you do to actually get over this, get out of the way of your own attitude and actually, move into an area that you want to be in? So I suggest doing just one thing. I like to do it easy. I mean, I tend to overcomplicate things, but I only ever start something if I think it's going to be easy. So focusing on just one thing is my advice. What one thing can you do that you feel will advance your goals in terms of getting more visible online and getting more clients? Now that can be anything from sending the weekly emails to the mailing list that you have been ignoring for months. It could be posting more regularly on Instagram. It could be posting your face more on Instagram or even just once. It could be your Facebook, it could be updating your about page, whatever it is that you know is not up to par, that you've been putting off because of this attitude, this mindset issue, then pick one thing and actually make that a little project for next week. Decide what you're going to do. Schedule in 15 minutes into your calendar. Absolutely no ifs or buts. It's in there. No one gets to use that 15 minutes of your time. And sit down and make your plan for what you're going to do. Now, there's a brilliant book called Atomic Habits. I'll link it in the notes for this video. And he talks about just improving your habits 1%. So that's kind of what I'm talking about, just doing one thing. I'm not saying suddenly go from not posting to Instagram to posting to Instagram every single day or twice a day. No, people don't want that anyway. And it's too much for you. It's overwhelming. So do your one thing. Or pick your one thing, but then actually just do a little bit of it at a time. Get good at it and then move on and do a little bit more. So decide what you're doing, schedule what you're doing, and then create it and send it or post it, whatever it is. Get it done. Now your attitude is going to be like, oh my God, that was so embarrassing. I don't want to do it ever again. You're not doing that again, Missy. But you now know you have done it. And you've walked away from it and nothing bad has happened. You might get your mum liking it or, your uncle. And my Uncle Hamish is pretty much the only person that watches these videos on Facebook. Thank you, Uncle Hamish. But you just have to keep doing it. The more you do it, the more you're telling your brain, the more you're telling your inner critic, no, the old way is not working for me anymore. I want to do something else. So that's what you're going to do next week. You're going to do one thing. You're going to do it once, twice, maybe even 3 times, depending on what your one thing is. And then you're going to tell your attitude that this is the new thing. You're going to do it again the following week. And you're going to do it again the following week after that. And start slowly showing yourself that you can get over your blocks. It's not that the blocks are the boss of you. You're the boss of you. That's why this week's theme tune is that song. I'm not gonna bust it out so that it's a nice treat for you. You're the boss of you. And it's time to tell your inner critic and little miss attitude that the show is about to change. So I really hope that's been helpful. I hope it's been a kick up the bum. It's not a big thing. I mean, we do have so much attitude, and that's great. That's why I work with women like you anyway. I love attitude, and it has served me so well throughout my life. But I tell you where it has not served me well, it's doing stuff like this, being out of my comfort zone and actually making a bit of a prat of myself. I'm all for making a prat of myself, but I don't want to show that side of me in the public domain. But you know what? That is actually just me, so I'm just going to have to get on with it, and you just have to get on with it too. Now, I don't know what your one thing is going to be, but why don't you tell me? Either leave a comment or reply to this email if you're on my sailing list. Let me know what your one thing is. I want to support you in that. So I'll cheer you on. I'm a great cheerleader. I'll cheer you on, and together we'll do it. Okay? So please let me know what the one thing is that you decide. Now, I am going to go on that note. But have an amazing weekend, and I'm really looking forward to you tagging me in your just one thing next week. I'm going to share all of the hashtags and everything in the email and surrounding this video if you're not on my sailing list. And please decide on your one thing, schedule it in, create it, post it, and then walk away. And then you've got one little chain of events that shows your attitude, shows your inner critic that you are the boss and you can do it. How does that sound? It doesn't sound too scary actually, does it? I might take my own advice and do some more lives this week because they make me nervous and I don't like doing it. So I tell you what, if you're going to just do one thing, I'm going to just do one thing. I'm going to do some lives. I hope you tune in for them. And if you tag me in what you're doing, I'll tune in for what you're up to, okay? There's a deal. Let's shake on it. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of The Sea Change Cinema. I'm Abby C. I bloody love being in your inbox every week. Enjoy your day. Take care. Bye-bye.